Today I'm going to explain two basic strategies to pre-edit scientific papers. Please follow this explanation. If you are a researcher and if publishing is a must for you, it's also a problem, I imagine, and there are three objectives that we're going to look at that will help you solve your problems when you write your research papers. Even if your level of English is high, you have to send your paper to a professional reviewer and you have to pre-edit your own scientific paper. This is beneficial. This is what we're going to explain. Why and how you can pre-edit your scientific papers. Objective number 2, to distinguish 5 areas in 5 different levels, 5 areas of publishable scientific papers, to learn to pre-edit by analyzing, right now, 2 basic areas. Today we'll look at 2 basic areas of publishable scientific papers with examples of articles written directly in English by UPV faculty, by members of the Polytechnic University of Valencia. So, if you follow this explanation, you will consolidate your confidence as a writer of scientific English. You will increase your chances of getting your papers published. You will be able to start pre-editing by analyzing areas 4 and 5. Remember, we're going to, first of all, distinguish 5 areas, and right now we'll look at areas 4 and 5. And finally, you will know that analyzing each area, you acquire a key strategy. How is this possible? Well, you're going to do short pre-editing activities with examples from published scientific papers edited by Deborah Westall. My colleague Deborah Westall and I have worked on this for a few years now, and we want to share this with you. The 5 levels of importance are clearly seen in the pyramid diagram, and remember, we're going to look at areas 4 and 5. If a competent professional editor such as Deborah Westall normally reads your paper prior to publication, why is pre-editing your own scientific paper so beneficial? 2 fundamental reasons have to be mentioned. It saves time. You finish sooner, you send your paper to the reviewer sooner, and you get your acceptance message sooner. And it's also twice as profitable. You learn more about writing successfully, and you gain confidence as an autonomous writer of scientific English. So remember, we're going to look at areas 5 and 4. 5, the basis of the pyramid, clear structure, and 4, straightforwardness and simplicity. Now, the 5 areas of publishable scientific papers are always present in reviewer guidelines. That's why they are so important. Typical reviewer recommendations are, for instance, to mind your structure, your paper, and first of all, your abstract has to be clearly laid out and clearly structured. You have to mind your language usage, you have to mind your style, and publishable scientific papers must be clear, straightforward, and simple. Now, let's look at area number 5. And you'll understand strategy number 5. Area 5, clear structure. The whole paper has to be clearly structured, and that starts with the abstract. The abstract, if you're going to look at, you're going to look at this first activity with an example of an abstract, and in this abstract you look at the first draft, and then you'll look at the published abstract to see the difference. For instance, in the first draft, The paper is devoted to the analysis of the influence. There are too many elements here. We can eliminate some of the elements and we can make the structure clearer. The solution, you replace the noun plus of plus noun with verb ing plus noun, and the solution, the paper is devoted to analyzing the influence. This is clearer. And if you have understood this, you're now ready for Area 4. In Area 4, we're going to acquire strategy number 4. Straightforwardness and simplicity. This second activity shows how to make sentences more straightforward and simpler. There are too many verbs probably in some sentences we write, even if our level of English is high, I insist. Look at this sentence, for instance. As can be seen in figure 6. Well, this needs simplifying. How? Obviously, you eliminate what you don't need. You delete the subject plus auxiliary verb structure in the subordinate clause in this case, and the result is much more straightforward. As figure 6 indicates. As figure 6 indicates is definitely more straightforward and simpler. Now it is your turn to start pre-editing. How? Well, you try to apply strategies 5 and 4 next time you finish a paper. Pre-edit your paper. Remember, to sum up, pre-editing one's own scientific papers is beneficial. You save time, and remember there are 5 areas that need to be analyzed. By analyzing each area, you acquire a key strategy. In this case, we've looked at strategies 5 and 4, the basic strategies. If you remember the pyramid diagram, clear structure and straightforwardness plus simplicity are the areas we have focused on. And finally, we'd like to thank the UPV researchers who were so kind as to share their writing experiences with Deborah Westall and myself between 2003 and 2009. The journals in which those articles have been published are mentioned here. Most of them are high-impact scientific journals. Thank you for your attention.